Hello and welcome back to my channel. I want to share a few clips from some of the things I did in my garden this past week, and yeah, so I'm just going to be sharing a few tips with you, some of the things that I did to save my plants, some plant hacks. So this is just me collecting coconut, fresh coconut from. You're going to see what I will do with that coconut after. The reason why I am cutting down this moi moi leaf is because if I leave it, it's going to spread all over my garden. I started planting moi moi leaves I think about 6 or 7 years ago, and since then I haven't bought moi moi leaves from the market. Water leaves can actually grow from leaves, and here is a little experiment. So the last time I visited this garden, I put 2 leaves in the ground just to see if they can root, because I've seen a lot of water leaves rooting in my garden. So I tried it, and these ones actually gave me roots, meaning if I had left them longer in the ground, they would also bring out stem and start growing new water leaves from there. Can you see? From the leaf. So if you're a Nigerian living abroad and you've been looking for a way to grow water leaves, you can grow them from the leaves. This is my first pawpaw of the year, and it's so small, smaller than what I usually get, but I'm grateful. My fish swallowed a fish. This is a shocking thing that happened in my garden while I was treating my catfish with bitter leaf water. So the best thing you can do for your garden is not to plant your mint directly in the ground. You should plant them in a pot. Like here, I have used recycled some tires and planted them inside. That way I'm able to control the mint. These mints have runners, and these runners can actually go underground and pop up in several areas of your garden. And trust me, you don't want to be dealing with mint roots. You don't want to be dealing with that. I've had experiences with that. I've tried to put that in the ground because I wanted a lot of mint, but in the end I had to take it out and start potting them. So we are transplanting scarlet kale. Scarlet kale is just red kale, red coily kale, and I love it because of the color. And we know that any vegetable that is red in color has more nutrients than the green ones. So it's mushroom season right now, and that's because it is rainy season. So all the dead wood from last season, the dry season, they are producing mushrooms, and if you're able to identify the edible ones, good for you. So I tried this technique of planting 2 peppers close to each other, this and this not too far from each other, and then so that they can support each other as they grow. And this is the first time I'm trying it because I always just don't like them competing for nutrients. So what I did was I fed the soil really well, and then I planted them close to each other. So now that they are grown, they are supporting each other. Okay, this one I have hooked. This one here, this is even fruiting more than this, so there's so much weight on this plant. So I have hooked it to this one and made sure that they are steady. They are seated. Make sure that they are sitting steady and firm, and then hold each other so that they can hold each other properly. That's what I've done. So I've hooked this stem into this one, just put them into this one, so as they grow they just support each other. I don't need to stake them anymore. This is all the staking that is needed. Just plant 2 of them together. Just transplant 2 seedlings close to each other, and as they grow they support themselves by moving. You can move this stem. Hold on. can move this stem, bring one in here, and this is the one that is fruiting. And they were planted on the same day. This is the one that is fruiting. This one just started fruiting. At the fresh fruit of this one. This one just started fruiting, and now what I want to do is to bring this one over to this side. Okay, so that this is hanging on this one, while this is supporting the other one, and then this is I've already done it. Just wanted to make a video explaining. So this one is here already, and this one can go here. Okay, what I have done is I have taken this branch and I have crossed it over to this other branch, okay, so that they can hold each other and support each other as they grow. So when they grow, you see them, it will be really bushy. You think that it is one plant, but it's actually two growing together, supporting each other as they grow. Yep. So see, as I was crossing it, this one broke. This one broke while I was trying to cross it. So you have to make sure that this is steady. Okay. And I have gathered soil around it. Also this one. And yeah, so this guy is resting on this guy for support. This branch is resting on this branch for support. Saving eggplant seeds. Eggplant is one of those plants, the seeds that I got once. I only had to buy it once, and I've been saving my own seeds from there. So I tried to prune this guy, this eggplant from last year, so that I can have new growth and fresh plants, basically. This is just me spending time with Mr. Froggy. I was just chilling under my snake tomato, and I just saw this guy randomly hopping. So chilled with him for a little bit before he went on with his business of the day. 2 years ago, this Ukazi was planted here, and even though it took a while, it took about a year for it to settle in and then produce enough leaves for me to use for a whole pot of soup. And ever since, I've just been collecting it whenever I need it. I don't let it get so bushy because I love Afang soup and I make it almost all the time. So there was something I found out about. Someone told me about how Ukazi grows. If you're growing Ukazi at home, just know that you are also supplying your neighborhood. In almost every homes, they're gonna have Ukazi growing, popping out in their gardens or in their compounds, whether they like it or not. So, and this year being the second year, or would I even say the third year I experienced it, this guy popped out not too far away from where I had planted the Ukazi. Look at the distance. This is where the Ukazi was originally planted, and now it has traveled all the way to this place to bring out new shoots. So now it makes sense what the person was saying, because the person was saying that if you have Ukazi growing in your home garden, just know that your neighbors are also going to have Ukazi popping out of their compound, out of their ground. As a typical Nigerian, imagine if you have Ukazi popping out of your ground in your garden for free because your neighbor planted it. I also found this coconut shell. We had harvested a few green coconuts just to enjoy that sweet water. I have to figure out what I'll do with it. Moving forward, so I planted a few yam in sacks that I mentioned I was going to do, and I'm using mainly food scribes. So I'm going to make a separate video for that. Meanwhile, I got some seeds from the UK from a reputable brand that I have been buying seeds from. So this is a case of what I ordered versus what I got. I ordered the wild rocket and I got the plain regular arugula. Don't get me wrong, they are the same thing, but they are also different. The wild arugula, the wild rocket grows differently, but they taste the same. In fact, this has more flavor. The taste is intense. So anyway, that aside, I got more seeds and I'm so glad that my spring onions have been waiting because I grew this variety last year and I loved how it turned out. So if you heard me talking about snake tomato earlier and you were wondering what it was just about me chilling under the snake tomato plants while Mr. Froggy came to chill with me. So this is a snake tomato plant and I have a separate video of how I grew these and how I will be eating these. I'm going to be making Nigerian stew for the first time with these snake tomatoes. Oh my god, you guys, gardening is so much fun. Gardening is beautiful. The experiences and life lessons it teaches me are so endless and I want to share it with you guys. So thank you so much for watching till the end. Thank you so much for watching till this level and I will see you in my next video. Let me know in the comment section if you enjoy this type of videos. Thank you. Bye.